What's going on? And welcome back to Testing Rides Head to Head. This week we're testing out the 2015 Mazda 3 against 2017 Mazda 3. And in this part of the video, we're going to talk about how these two drive and how they're different from each other. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, since I've already done a full review on this car, Tony's going to drive it since, let's go left.
Left?
Yeah. Tony's going to drive and see what he thinks of it.
Well, not as much pull in first gear, that's for sure. It does feel, yeah.
Doesn't
I like
feel as
that.
boaty, doesn't?
No, it's pretty. I think it's a little tighter.
Yeah, it is. It's that G, the torque vectoring thing.
I'm trying to see if the brakes are. Yeah, maybe I should put it in sport mode so you can like pretend to be as good as my car. Nah, see, mine would have smoked them. I like it though. You can tell it doesn't have the top end, but it has pretty good.
It's good low.
Let me put it in. Let me use the manual shifter here. Yeah, that was kind of. It's a big difference with mine. I do like the way it drives, though. What do you think? When you were driving it, what did you think?
I was impressed. Remember, I told you, I sent you a text. I'm like, I like this car a lot. Go left.
Left?
Yeah.
Let me get it over here in manual here. Oh, almost. Oh, I got it floored, dude. Green, I think red light is a little
higher.
A little higher than mine too. I think mine's right at 6, and this is 6.5, almost 7. Yeah, it doesn't have the same power, definitely. But tell you what, dude, do you feel that?
Yeah.
It's pretty tight.
It is tight, a lot tighter.
The vector steer, what does that exactly do? You know?
It's torque vectoring, so pretty much when you go around a corner, it pulls the vehicle into the corner instead of just understeering.
How does it do that?
It does it by changing the wheel speeds.
All right, let me get a good look here. I tell you what, it went up to the 6,500 RPMs in the first gear.
It's not too bad.
Without shifting. I mean, before it shifted all by itself. That was kind of nice. Oh, now we got some curves. Let's try it out. This is really what we want to do, right?
Yeah.
What? I like it. I like it. That wasn't too bad. I took that at 50. I was supposed to go 25. That's pretty good. Yeah, it didn't. I mean.
See that?
How's that feel?
I feel like it's pulling me in.
That felt good. I like it. You know what, dude? I tell you what. I'd like to see the 2.5 in this with a new vector steering.
The new one does have it. All of them have it now.
Which way? Tell you what, it feels pretty good, dude. I like the way it handles. Of course, Mazda, they're called Zoom Zoom. So
yeah.
Obviously that's what they're for. That's what makes them. That's what kind of sets them apart from all the others, right?
Yeah.
All right, so now we're in my car. We're gonna go test drive it. Glenn is driving.
Yeah. So since I'm pretty familiar with 2017, I decided to give this one a try. I know there's probably going to be a big power difference right away.
He drove my car before, but he wanted to do a real close comparison.
I'll tell you this, it feels exactly the same, but yours does have, you're right, Tony, yours does have way more top end. I wish that one had paddle shifters too. Mazda, please make paddle shifters standard on touring and above, please. Just because they got the small engine doesn't mean they want to drive sporty. I love those downshifts with the paddle shifters too. I didn't expect those to be as good as they are. Not too bad. Yeah, you're right. Yours is a lot boatier.
It is boatier.
Yeah, this suspension's a lot softer.
You think it's softer than yours?
Yeah, it is a lot softer.
It's stiffer.
You feel you feel it going like this, like over bumps more, not just like attacking them.
The other one attacks them?
they attack, so I don't feel as much.
You didn't feel it wasn't quite as jarring.
No, it was not jarring at all. What I'm noticing too, driving this one, they drive a little. I think the 2017 has a little bit better steering feel.
A little tighter.
Yeah, it's a little tighter because when I move the steering wheel, I feel the car going like this and not just moving.
I felt the difference too. It probably is a little tighter, but you got to remember I have 15,000 miles on my car.
I don't think it has nothing. I don't think it doesn't have anything to do with the miles. I think it's just
really?
The way the suspension is tuned. Like your car doesn't have. It has a way low miles to be the year it is.
True.
So I don't think stuff should be out of whack that bad in that little amount of miles.
True.
Nor do you drive your car hard.
No, I don't drive hard. Only when I want to have fun, and that's on a rare occasion.
Every time we do these videos.
Yes, exactly.
See, that's what he's talking about. There it is.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
That's in a straight line too. So I mean, 185 horsepower does mean something.
And I'm definitely noticing, like you said, there's a lot more top end there. I'm noticing when I floor it, something more happens.
It keeps going where you have to slow down, whereas the other one, I floored it. How fast did you take it?
About 50, about the same speed, and it felt like it didn't feel as confident inspired as the other one did.
No, I had to hold it. I had troubles holding the camera steady.
There's a lot more body roll in this one. A lot more body roll.
It's surprising that it would be that much difference, especially since it's the higher end of the two. How's the car feel seat-wise to you now?
I still like the other one more.
Yeah.
Because you're right, these seats are a little harder. So when seats are stiffer, me being a big guy, being 6'1" and over 300 pounds, I sit on top of the seat and not in the seat.
Right.
And that's the big reason why I don't like the Fusion Titanium. It's because the seats are real stiff, so I don't sit in them, I sit on them. So it makes me sit higher than I normally would.
What about your arm? Doesn't it feel like there's more room?
Yeah, it does, because this e-brake is poking me right in the side of my leg here.
Right.
Where in the other one, there's nothing there. So I feel like I'm a little bit more comfortable. I definitely noticed the torque vectoring system in the other one now from driving this one that doesn't have it. Because when I took that turn back there, it didn't do as best as pulling you into the corner as the 17 does. What'd you think, Tony? Like, did you?
Oh, I'm telling you right now.
Did you notice the other one?
Absolutely. I mean, I didn't think there was going to be much of a difference at all in the two. And you hear torque, steering, or vectoring, whatever.
And you're like, what?
I'm thinking, whatever. It's just car speed to try to sell more cars or whatever. But it definitely made a difference. I would like to see what the 2.5 liter does with that type of steering as well.
Yeah, because the new one definitely has. Would you think the new one has a little bit better steering feel?
Yeah, it's a little tighter. It's absolutely a little tighter.
Don't get me wrong, I do like this one, but the new one, there's definitely a big difference. I don't know. I didn't like going into this either. I didn't think this is going to be that different of cars, but it is.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I don't know if it's a big enough difference to say you have to have this one over this one.
We're going to get to there too.
Yeah, we're going to get to there.
I'm going to talk about that. All right, so we're back from driving both these cars now. Tony, just give me just kind of a brief overview of kind of the differences you've noticed in the 17 versus the 15.
Well, it's a little more upscale looking on the inside, except for the leather.
Yeah. In
my opinion, I think that your seats in the 2017 are a little more comfortable actually than mine. I was flooring yours all the way to the bottom, and obviously with 35 less horsepower, I kept it floored and it didn't go to the point where I was scared. Whereas on mine, sometimes if I floor it, I will have to let go of the gas because
it's going
it just keeps going and going and going. So like we said earlier, a lot more top end. It's the tighter feel on the new one. I hate to admit it, but obviously, they improve cars as each generation, hopefully.
Yeah, because look, I would say this new one is a lot closer handling to the base model A3 that I drove. It's a lot closer. Of course, the A3 is a little tighter because it's a German car, but this new Mazda 3 is a lot tighter.
Right.
It feels a lot closer to that than the 15 does. And that was the biggest thing I was disappointed on, because I would hear journalists going on and on about how nice the Mazda 3 is to drive, but I wasn't impressed initially.
Right.
And now with the 17, I can see what they're talking about, because they improved it a little bit more. They maybe just driving my Fiesta around as much as I have has kind of got me spoiled, because we drove that. My Fiesta feels a lot tighter than yours car does too.
Right. Well, it's it's a lot smaller car.
And it's technically German too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they built it in Europe.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. But yeah, your Fiesta has got a real tight feel with it. It's a little easier, I think, to make small cars a little tighter.
Yeah.
But the ride was a lot stiffer.
In my car?
On your Fiesta.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
a lot stiffer.
it was a lot stiffer.
Sometimes you hit bumps like, oh.
This one wasn't. I mean, the 2017 was definitely stiffer ride than my 2015. But your steering was a lot tighter too. So I guess obviously they go hand in hand.
Yeah. And did you notice the torque vectoring system that the new Mazdas have?
Well, I just noticed it felt tighter in general. Whatever the reason.
Yeah.
It just felt tighter in general. I felt that I could go into a corner a little bit later.
Yeah.
And still feel a little bit better, even though I'm not a race car driver, even close. But I like the feel of the sporty car.
Yeah, I did too.
I mean, that's why I bought the Mazda 3. That's why I bought the Grand Touring, rather than back then it was called an I Grand Touring.
Yeah. But okay, so let's get to this question. So a car as spec'd up as yours is now, it's nearly 30 grand.
Okay.
So my question to you: would you rather spend the 30 grand on the Grand Touring, or buy a spec'd up I? Sorry, not I, but Touring.
Used to be the I.
Yeah, used to be the I, but the Touring now.
But it's now the Touring. That's a good question. I like the feel so much that, I just like more horsepower. But in general, if I'm not going to be, driving a lot of highway where I need to go 75 or 80, the S is fine. It accelerates fine. I'm sorry, the 2017.
The 2017 Touring.
Would you rather have this? How much more does this cost than your Fiesta does new?
Probably like $500.
So it's just barely more than the top of the line Fiesta.
Yes.
Just barely.
Just barely.
And it's got way more room.
Yes.
Okay.
Less features though.
Less features.
Less features that I want, because you know me, I love to have my sunroof and premium sound system and all that stuff.
You do.
And to do that will make this $25,000, but it's still only a few $1,000s more than my Fiesta is brand new. And so I think I would still rather I'd rather have this Mazda 3.
I tell you what, if I was really pinching pennies, I would definitely want the smaller engine one, because it feels so nice to drive still.
Yes.
I like the idea of using my paddle shifters on mine and just going.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, they're fun. I noticed when you were using it. Yeah, you liked it. I think I would go with the 2017 smaller engine than the 2017 bigger engine.
I would go with the same thing, honestly, just because I do a lot of city driving myself, and the Touring gets so much better gas mileage in the city than the Grand Touring now.
My Grand Touring, I cannot get whatever they listed it as at, like 28. I cannot get 28 miles to the gallon in the city.
Yeah.
I get like closer to 25, and that's if I'm babying it.
Yeah.
On the highway, I could still get great gas mileage on the highway, 45 plus.
Yeah.
Okay. But in city, it eats the gas for a smaller car.
Yeah. I would like to thank you, Tony, for bringing out your Mazda 3 and comparing it to this 2017 Mazda 3. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and keep riding with me. Thanks for watching.